What's up, good people?
Good.
Welcome to another episode of Conversations That Matter. How y'all doing, fellas?
Man, everything is everything.
Doing great, man. Good weekend.
Good weekend. Talk about it.
Feeling refreshed, replenished, man. Redeemed. What was that? The men's conference yesterday, man. It was therapeutic for everybody, man. Good turnout, great turnaround for every individual, man.
For sure.
Feel like I was born again, man. So yeah, man. It's definitely an A plus for me.
Most definitely. How about you, Doctor?
Oh man, y'all honored me. Y'all had my family come out, man.
Sure, man.
I was gone, bro.
Yeah,
I was gone. It was super dope. And then I enjoyed listening to the other kings and some of the things that they've been through and
right.
Giving out game and talking about how to get through things. So it was extremely powerful.
Oh yeah,
so,
most definitely.
It was super dope, man.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed myself. I love it. I mean, I'm still overwhelmed.
Man, that was my next thing. I'm still like how
I'm still high off of it. I'm still overwhelmed, man. It was a beautiful thing, man. I had a great time. Thank you to all the people that supported, that showed love, that was a part of it. Our team, our kings, man, it was a beautiful thing. All the families and friends that came out that supported everybody, man. Thank you to the people that showed love, that donated, whatever you did. We don't want to forget nobody. So we want to thank everybody. And that was the first of many. That was the first annual.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I like to give, if you give me a second, man, I like to give a special thanks to my girlfriend, Keedrin Coleman.
Yes, right.
She kind of tricked me.
Give it up for y'all.
Yeah, man. Yeah. She was working with you, man, and keeping everything low, keeping everything away from me, man. And she made sure my family was there. She made sure my friends were there, my godfather. So I really do appreciate her. So special shout out to Keedrin. Thank you.
Shout out to Keedrin. We appreciate you, sis. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate everything. So let's get to business. I'm your main man, William Hussey 365.
Gene Blackman.
Big 22, Dominique Davis.
That's what's up. And together, this is Conversations That Matter. Y'all ready for a great show?
Yeah.
We got the live audience, baby. That's right. I love the energy in here today.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be kind of litty.
Yeah. It's gonna be litty today. Litty. Is you? Oh, he already here. Let me introduce our therapist of the show, my man, my partner, my brother. Y'all welcome in Dante Donnell, y'all.
Hey, what up, though?
What up, my brother? What's good? All right. You seen any? Yeah. Nothing. Okay, so let's jump on into it, y'all. The topic for today is, what does intimacy mean to you? Right? And this can go any way. So let's talk about it. I want to go straight to the audience unless y'all got something to shine on it before we go to the audience. But what does the term intimacy mean to you in the context of a romantic relationship?
Man, let's hear from Neat. Let's hear from Neat real
You
quick.
sure you want to?
Oh, listen, man, you're right. I probably should lead
sure?
off and get my thoughts first.
He gonna
He
set it
gonna make
off.
somebody mad. Nah, go ahead, bro.
No, so here's the thing. I'm gonna try to doctor fill it out right now.
Okay, cool. You look like he's ready. For this, yeah.
Intimacy to me is another word for bonding. Intimacy is
sure.
bonding.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
When you first think of intimacy with a shallow mind, you're thinking of physical intimacy.
Right.
That's actually, it's necessary, but it's definitely less than secondary part of being intimate.
All right now.
Okay.
Come on now.
Your first intimacy is your intellectual intimacy.
Ooh, doctor.
And I'll break everything down later on in the show.
Listen, you break it down near.
Hey, we got a new king today, baby. That department did something.
All right.
I love it, King. I love it.
So your second intimacy, okay, let's go intellectual intimacy. Okay. Have you ever text somebody and you can text better than you talk? Because you basically text with your heart. And then y'all go from 3 responding, then y'all been texting all day.
Yeah.
But you can talk, you can text that woman or man, if you're whatever.
Yeah.
But you can't really say the words to them like you can text
it to it. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the intellectual intimacy.
Oh, okay.
That's how they start reeling in with each other.
That's how you reel it in. That's
Yeah, he letting y'all know what it is.
That's how you reel it in. That's how you reel. I like that though.
Next is recreational intimacy.
Okay, brother.
You know,
Yeah.
going out, hot air balloon skiing, basketball, whatever your preference is.
Okay.
Next is social intimacy.
Come on, brother. Come on.
Events, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
So all this is bonding.
Yeah, for sure. For
For
sure.
the audio.
Okay, excuse me. After that is spiritual intimacy. That's my best intimacy.
Oh yeah.
I love a praying,
spiritual.
I love a praying woman.
Come on now.
Gotcha.
Y'all like a praying woman, right?
So let me ask you a question about that, bro. Could you have those levels of intimacy in any order? And
Absolutely.
I say, oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Fifth is physical intimacy. Fifth, the last one to me is the physical intimacy. It's
Gotcha.
secondary, but it's necessary. To
Could
me,
you
It's definitely necessary.
yeah.
Okay, so that's in your level of prioritizing them.
Right. And just in my personal opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But it's levels to intimacy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got. So go down the list again.
We got intellectual intimacy.
Okay, is that the first one? That's the most important.
Yeah, intellectual intimacy.
Intellectual,
Especially in this era.
Oh yeah, for sure. I totally agree. I just want to make sure I'm hitting the list right. So we got intellectual,
recreational, social,
spiritual,
physical.
Yeah.
Hey, what about financial
like
intimacy?
That's what I was going with it. I know Gene was already there. You know, he thinking about that money
Nah,
first.
man,
Financial.
No,
Financial is always good.
Financial intimacy, right? I mean, it can cause some problems.
So then how are we defining intimacy? If we can put all these tags to it, how do we define the word intimacy itself?
Bonding.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
I could dig it.
Intimacy. It's a bond, but I don't want to take the same one that Dominique has. So let me dig a little deep. I feel like intimacy is a connection with a person that you might have a feeling or feelings for. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it as a connection. He's saying bonding. What you got, Doc?
Yeah, I say connection. I say bonding. I say locking in.
Locking in,
all
tapping
of that,
in.
You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all actually hit spot on.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all hit spot on.
Okay, got you. All right, let's go to the audience. What do y'all feel like intimacy is?
Talk to us.
Definitely like to hear.
We want to hear from a lady.
Definitely.
Let's go, ladies. Y'all give it up for yourselves one more time. Clap it up. Because I want to make sure the energy right. You feel me? So I don't want nobody to feel uncomfortable as they come up here and share on these topics that we have. So will we have a special lady to come up and say anything about intimacy? Because the brother said, what you say, Doc? What was yours?
What did I say? Bonding.
Mine was connection. Gene agreed with all two, plus lock in. All right?
Yeah.
Oh, they scared tonight. Oh, we gonna
let's hear from the doctor. Yeah. Let's hear from the therapist, man. Let's hear what he got to say about it.
Take it to the therapist.
It's a deep word, man. You all summed it up very well. Dominique, you are honorary. You honorary PhD. You qualify. You summed it up in the clinical term.
Thank you, sir.
I would add to it saying that intimacy is being vulnerable and vulnerable and getting in touch with making a sacrifice to please the next person as well that you are connecting with.
Okay, so it's vulnerable. You're in a vulnerable state
Mm-hmm.
when you're intimate with a person, and you said what was that last part?
Being vulnerable, making a sacrifice.
A sacrifice.
Connect. Yeah, to connect.
Okay, so that's deep. I like that analogy of it because you are in a vulnerable state when you intimate because now it's feelings involved. I would say it's emotions involved. It's something there that's a little different than somebody else, and then it is a sacrifice. That's the part I really like because you are sacrificing your feelings, your time, whatever you engage in or invested in that with that person. I believe. So that was good. That's good stuff, Doc. I like that.
Appreciate
I didn't think about that.
Good
Let's
stuff,
talk about
Doc.
the vulnerable spot. As it hit you, it hit me. What you think about that vulnerability?
Yeah, that was an opener. I like that. I would take that. Showing vulnerability that means somebody's access is granted. People know the character, but they don't actually know the man. Not saying the characters in.
Boy, you coming with it tonight, boy. Hey, I love it, man. I love it.
So seriously,
I love it, man.
Like people know the character, but when you become vulnerable, they know the man.
Right.
Oh, I thought you was cocky. I thought you was arrogant. They don't know. You're a big crop. You're a teddy bear. That's because of the intimacy. You're showing your vulnerability.
Right, for sure.
People, we know DMX. We didn't know Earl Simmons. We know T.I. We don't know Clifford.
Harris.
They know
like
Nico. She knows Chad.
Right.
As if yourself and yourself.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I believe that. I believe that too. So, go ahead, Doc.
Oh no, I was about to say. I guess we have some comments and some questions.
Yes. Lakeisha Shaw, she says that intimacy is building and bonding.
Most definitely.
Transparency. Nakia says intimacy is creating a safe and supportive space in all aspects.
Yeah, safe place.
Travis, the women in the audience want to be intimate but can't speak on it.
Crazy.
Hey, that's a fact.
Listen, I can't believe how quiet they are right now.
That's right.
Crazy.
They over there freeze up.
Right.
That's intellectual.
So let me ask you this, you guys.
Look at her, can't wait to grab the phone. Look at you.
Whenever you're attracted to a woman, do you make an attempt to get with her physically before you open up yourself to be intimate? Like, so are we trying to have the sex before the intimacy, or do we try to be intimate first and then lead to sex?
Right.
What do we typically do?
You want me to go? Okay. So the old me would just, sex. You know what I'm saying? But at the age I'm at now, I would say the intimacy, because I feel like your question was it physical intimacy, and then you said
when you're initially attracted to someone.
Sure. I got you.
You know what I mean?
But what I'm going from, I gotta go this way. Just let me just say my piece. I'm going off the intellectual, the mindset, the way you carry yourself, all the things that come with it. So if you say intimacy, if to even get that bond, it got to be something I'm attracted to for me to invest my time, money, or anything else that I'm going to invest in that woman. You know what I'm saying? So I want that connection, like Dominique said, on some type of level of high frequency that makes me say, oh, she got something with her. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired. Us as men and as kings now, we done elevated over that level of just getting a nut, just sex and just keeping it moving. Like
speak for yourself.
That can't do nothing for us.
Speak for yourself, brother.
Well, yeah, for me, that can't do nothing for me. No, I'm just being real. There got to be something more to it, because now you addicted to the high. You addicted to it like a drug or a drink, because now you just want to be with this woman just to get that. You know what I'm saying? So at the age I'm at now, it got to be more to it. You got to be more powerful, more wiser. You know what I'm saying? You got to come correct on different levels, not just sex in the bed, because that ain't nothing but a good time. That's not gonna pay the bills. That's not gonna build a future. That's not a lot. That's not a asset.
Right.
It's really a liability.
It's a liability.
Because if your feelings really caught up in it and somebody else getting it,
I mean, it's supposed to happen. And my answer would have been as such as yours, but 29-year-old Dominique would have had a different answer.
That's what I'm saying. The younger me would have been different.
33 Dominique would have had a different answer, but 43 Dominique. before we get to the physical, if I really like you,
Mhm.
I want to go through all the first 4 stages before the physical,
Which is
which
we got
is
intellectual,
recreational,
recreational,
social,
social,
and spiritual.
and spiritual.
Now
Definitely
that's like
spiritual.
foreplay, and it builds up to the physical.
Come on, now. Come on,
Then
boy, you better
that's
preach.
where the fireworks come.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't want them to be in love with the healing. I want them to be in love with the healer.
Ooh, come on, you better talk
Yeah,
that talk.
So don't
so
love my
I-
hand, love my heart.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Man, I'm completely
And,
different.
and then
I'm completely different.
oh, let me
bro.
go back, Dominique. I'm gonna bring it to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
But then with that aspect of it, right? Now you build this up. It's not just build it off of physical. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people get locked in with the physical and then they lost. You know what I'm saying? So I like that answer, brother. All right, Doc. Come on, you here go
Y'all
the French.
funny, man.
You gonna knock it.
Now,
Go ahead.
being 100% truthful, sex is recreational for me.
Mhm.
So if I'm attracted to someone,
Mhm.
I'm probably trying to see how we're going to be compatible sexually.
In the beginning,
Yes.
Mhm.
As I get to know that person, then I think if I feel safe with them, I open myself up to be intimate with them.
Mhm.
But to me, you have to earn that space with me,
Mhm.
because the intimate level of Gene is way more valuable to me
Mhm.
than the recreational Gene.
Yeah, that's what.
So I mean, but that's what I'm saying. So initially, I'm probably gonna see recreation.
As a
When-
man, you see.
I see
Yeah.
recreation.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see recreation.
Mhm.
And then if I'm feeling them and I feel safe with them
Then you
to
open
be
up,
intimate, then I
yeah.
can be intimate.
Because you just can't be
But-
intimate with every person. I see what you're saying.
Bro, you be
Yeah.
boy,
Yeah,
listen,
for sure.
you be walking around here sad all
Oh
day,
yeah,
every
no,
day.
we all done been through
You know
that.
what I'm
Yeah, we
saying?
all done been through
Yeah,
that.
so I just
But you
feel
open
like
up that intimate first.
yeah, so
You
yeah,
thinking
I
that's
feel
the
like
one.
you have to earn that level
Yeah,
of
that's
openness and intimacy.
Since
for
the
me.
ladies gonna let us keep talking, we gonna talk our talk then.
So
Gotcha. Can I interject?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
interject?
hold on before you
Oh, go
don't
ahead,
ask
sir.
me.
I think it's only fair. I love your 5 points. If we could break one and make a 6 point. Oftentimes in the clinical world, I see the misunderstanding and the need to separate the sexual intimacy into two. There's the physical side, but there's an affectionate side as well. And I would speak for the women on the affectionate side that does not involve as much physical touch, where we don't reach that point, and we don't see it as a difference, and we feel that we're reaching that point by being more physical with the sexual. So if it's safe, if we can make 6 points and put affection, intimacy along with that, is that all right?
Ain't nobody still said financial.
All
Now.
right.
Ain't no. Hey, you got to add that financial.
Finances is destroying intimacy. Not agreeing on finances is killing intimacy.
That's a
so
fact. Go ahead.
To follow up with the affection, I did have a comment that intimacy is affection without sex. To follow up.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Tia Arc, it's spiritual, emotional, physical, intellectual intimacy for her.
Who was that?
Tia Arc.
Tia Arc. What's up, Tia?
What's up?
Shantae
compatible,
Renee,
Tia.
intimacy is an experience. OG Bella, as
Shantae Renee. What's up, Shantae? You did a beautiful job yesterday. Thank you.
OG Bella, as I'm getting older and approaching 30 and being married and divorced, I want intimacy first before sex, and the man had to earn that right to my body.
Who was that?
Good. That's sis.
That
That's
was-
little
I
sis
respect-
right
Oh, okay.
there.
I
OG
respect
who?
that.
Good point, little
OG.
sis. I like
Yeah,
that.
OG Bella.
I
OG
definitely
Bella. What's
respect
up,
that.
OG Bella?
Travis, if she can please me with her mind, everything else is extra.
Come on now.
Facts.
Tasha Cruz, intimacy is intentionally entering a person's personal space, mentally, spiritually, and physically.
That's
with-
right.
With intent to serve each other.
That's right.
Definitely.
Tasha, why
good,
you ain't here,
Tasha. That's
Tasha?
good,
Tasha, why
Tasha.
you ain't here, Tasha?
Pull up.
So I do have one question that came about. You can look at it however you like. Intimacy, is this something that you can do with several women over time, or is that something you just reserve for one woman that you're dealing with? But like you said, you walk around kind of crazy. Are you able to give
I
intimacy
think
to multiple women
I
at
think
one
that-
time?
yeah, that's
I'm
a
sure
great
it's
question.
possible,
I
yeah.
think different people have different capacities concerning how many people they can handle. So one person may not have the capacity to be intimate with multiple people,
Right.
and then you may have someone who does have the capacity. So I think it's a person by person type of situation. Yeah.
I think with that, intimacy is a dope thing. And anytime dope is getting passed around and stepped on. So if I'm intimate with several people, it's being tampered with. It ain't cutthroat intimacy. Because you're always gonna have somebody mad at you because of your absence. You can spoil somebody with attendance and attention. If you're putting your intimacy out like that, it's basically cutting it.
See how quick she walked to that microphone.
So I don't think so though.
No,
I really
no,
don't
for
think
sure.
so. I think it's supposed to be with one
Yeah,
person, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nobody want no cut you.
Okay. Another
Well,
question.
my shit raw.
Jeez.
That's my brother.
Tia
That's
Art.
my brother.
Tia Art, can y'all speak to the Black man and his feelings of of opening up with emotional intimacy?
Say that one more time. 'Cause
Can
I'm
y'all
ready.
speak to the Black man and his feelings of opening up with emotional intimacy?
Can we talk to the Black man about
Yeah.
opening up?
Emotion, yeah.
I mean, we want to open up as kings, as men, but it's that vulnerability. And like we talked about yesterday at the I Am King Men's Empowerment, a lot of us was agreeing on that, is that we scared to be in that vulnerable spot or to share that intimacy, because either, for one, women throws it back up in our face, or they run and tell certain things when it's not working out. So we're not in a comfortable space to be that vulnerable and to share that. It's open, kind of like Gene said, I'm not gonna just open up to my intimacy if I don't know you like that, or it's something that you're not showing me. So I want to encourage the brothers to open up, but it depends on the woman if that brother is going to open up. You know what I'm saying? If you trust that woman enough, he will open up, and you got to give him time and be patient with him, because your open up might be in the first 2-3 weeks, and it might be 90 days. Women, it might be 90 days for the brother that he, you know what I'm saying?
90 days.
Yeah, we got to stand on that. Y'all don't want to clap for that, huh?
Yeah, that's real.
That's a fact.
All right, one more, because I feel like this is good.
Anything can happen in 90 days. I know that's right. Yeah,
Shantae
all right.
Renee, she says intimacy can be platonic, not only in romantic relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Therapist, you got anything to say on it? We good on that?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so moving right along. Okay, let's go to this. This is for people in relationships. How comfortable are you discussing your intimate needs and desires with your partner? What could make these conversations easier? One more time. How comfortable are you discussing your intimate needs? Needs is key word. Your intimate needs and desires with your partner. What could make these conversations easier? Talk to us. Talk to us.
Yeah, grab the mic. Grab the mic. Okay, so
I've never been married, so I'm gonna stay out of it.
Yeah. So, okay. So,
Never
how
been
comfortable are you discussing your intimate needs and desires with your partner? So that's the first one. Let's start there. How comfortable are you discussing your intimate needs and desires with your partner?
Yeah, this Chef Gilmore. So I'm gonna say on that, like you said, intellectual, the mind. So if you feel comfortable enough to say that to your partner, and y'all discuss things anyway, so it shouldn't even be a problem. You should just come out with it.
Yeah.
Just come out with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's go to that. While you right there, let me get you on the second one. What could make these conversations easier?
Being honest.
Okay.
Let them know how you really feel, because that's how you build a relationship. And that's how you build more intimacy.
Yeah.
Because you being honest with your mate. You know what I'm saying? So
transparent.
That's building trust. That's building everything. So yeah. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
And it gets easier by being repetitive too.
Most definitely. Consistency is the key.
Yeah, just be repetitive.
Consistency. Keep putting it down.
Consistency is the key.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Fool, boy.
I think for me and my partner, it's extremely easy for me to communicate my intimacy desires with her, but that's because she has a desire to please me.
Okay.
So being that she has a desire to please me, it's easy for me to talk to her about those things. I have a desire to please her, so it's easy for her to talk to me about those things.
I like that. Yeah.
I think it becomes a little tough or a little difficult when they don't necessarily have that desire to please you.
Right,
You know what I mean? So,
and you're trying to force it.
Absolutely.
You know, that's a good point. That's a good point. I like that.
Or you just don't feel safe discussing it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
Most
what I'm saying?
men know.
Yeah, like
Most men know.
But when you have that partner who has a desire to please you, it's extremely easy.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
So, what if the woman don't want to have sex all the time and she just want to be held, but the man is a horn dog and he just want. I mean, but we talking about marriage. We talking about marriage.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
We talking about
for that woman.
Right. We talking about a long-term relationship. Okay.
Oh, there after them 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if she's more? What if you're more turned on to her than she is to you? But she loves your heart. I ain't saying you ain't putting it down. But what if a man just want to bang 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 bang? She like, baby, I just want.
And he deserved to bang bang bang.
That's not right though. I don't think that's right.
That's right, King. He deserved to bang bang bang.
Nah, bro.
He deserved to bang bang bang.
Now y'all cut that out.
Deserved to bang bang bang.
Cut that out.
She gonna run into a Dominique, not me, but there's more Dominiques out there, and that's how your girl get took. Because you want to have sex all the time, and she want to laugh sometimes.
Nah. First of all, if she get took, she not yours anyway. If she get took, she not yours anyway.
She is not.
So
right,
what's yours can't be taken by anybody else.
Sure, that's a fact.
Even if you slacking somewhere, because what's for you, she gonna try to work it out.
Yeah, because the
testing.
Oh man.
1, 2.
Just when it gets good.
So
where we at? Where we going? What's going on? 1 2 1 2. Hold on.
It's the devil when the men on top.
Oh, it's not.
Pause. What's that, Chuck?
Oh, okay. Cool.
Testing.
Line in.
All right.
Testing.
Temporary difficulties. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. The devil didn't want the truth.
They ain't want y'all to hear that. He hating. They ain't want y'all to hear that. Bounce back to it.
But yeah, here we go. I'm sorry. What was I saying, good people?
You was talking that talk.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what you were doing. You were talking.
Okay, but yeah,
women.
Yeah, if she come on, man. If somebody can take her, she ain't yours.
They can't take what's yours. You know.
Exactly, because what's for you. No, I understand. Like, we all gonna be slacking somewhere, but what's for you, you know what I'm saying, is gonna try to work things out with where you're slacking at,
right?
Versus just go to somebody else. But to your point, I feel like in order to have a productive relationship, you have certain things that you have to be compatible in. No matter how much you care about each other, if you're not compatible in those certain areas, it's not going to work. And so for me, and I believe they're different for different people,
right?
But for me, number one, we have to be compatible in that loyalty area. You know what I mean? We have to be compatible spiritually. We have to be compatible when it comes to finances. We have to be compatible when it comes to a giving heart, and we have to be compatible sexually. If we're not compatible in any of those areas, it's probably going to be a problem for me, because we can be compatible sexually, but if you're selfish and you're not a giver and we're not compatible on that level, it's not going to work. We can be compatible sexually and you can be a giver, and we can be compatible spiritually, but your finances is all jacked up and you're not trying to change it, then we're not going to work.
Well, yeah, but you can't be equally yoked on every criteria.
No. I just got my few.
Right. But
and I'm not even saying equally yoked.
But I'm not, you're strong and she may be weak, and vice versa.
Absolutely, but we're striving, like we have that compatible heart to work together on it. I'm cool with that. I'm definitely cool with that. But like if she doesn't like sex and I like sex, it's not gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work for me.
I agree with that. Likewise.
Because then they're gonna be like, yo, I saw your man's You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna hear that every few. Like, I saw your man's. You know what I'm saying? I saw
Okay,
your man's.
let's change the narrative. What if a man work about 60, 70 hours a week? She want to have a lot of sex, but you're too tired to have sex. And then, maybe your shit ain't gonna get up. because
She
you
need a
tired.
man
That's a
that
good
works.
problem.
She need a man that works 30 hours a week, or she need a man that
She
works
trying to
20
do-
hours a week, and that gives
I'ma
her the
find some
thing.
time.
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I work 80 hours a week, you gonna find that time. Lunch break. You know what I'm saying? What's they call it? Veto. Yeah.
Okay, so Shantae Renee, she says, as
Good
your
stuff.
needs change, you need to express what you desire.
If needs change,
Absolutely.
As your needs change, you need to.
Oh, yeah,
express
for
what
sure,
you
for sure.
desire.
Absolutely.
Tasha
Communication
Cruz,
is the key.
exactly. Tasha Cruz, both people need to understand their sexual appetite.
that's a
Yes.
fact from
Yes.
the beginning.
From the
Yes.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yes.
OG Bella,
It fades away sometimes though.
she said, y'all need to add her to the live because I have a lot to say. I swear I need to be there right now.
Oh, we can take phone calls.
I told you to come next week.
Tasha Cruz, sometimes people are dealing with sexual addictions and can't be pleased by one person. Straight truth.
Yeah, and that should be a conversation that you have. Like, should that person be in an exclusive relationship?
Hold on, who said that?
What was that?
What
I'm
was
sorry, I had to
That
do
was
something.
that was Tasha Cruz.
Say that one more time.
Sometimes people are dealing with sexual addictions and can't be pleased by one person.
And just
Well,
because
damn.
somebody have a strong sexual appetite doesn't mean that it's an addiction.
Right, that's
Like,
what
we
I'm
call
saying.
everything an addiction. Like, no, I like it, but that doesn't mean I'm addicted to it. Like, I'm not gonna die if I don't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Doctor.
Tasha says that you must be sexually compatible. Tasha says you must be sexually compatible.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Indeed.
And we also have a question is for the men, what does love look like to you within intimacy?
What does love?
Mm-hmm. What is love for you or love me?
She can't call in.
Man, I don't know how to answer that. Okay, hold on. We're gonna let the doctor get that.
Yeah.
This is, I guess I'll give some personal perspective. I think part of the conversation, like you said, is defining love and understanding one's love language. Are you all familiar with the 5 love languages?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I feel that it's important that we understand each other's love language. But what love would mean, and what I would encourage the next person without trying to give my own perspective, is defining love. I define love as duty. So with love being a duty, if it's being more intimate and making sure that you're massaging your woman, touching her and making her feel woman or man, sorry, making that person feel more wanted, making that person feel loved, making that person feel connected, even if that's not your language, even if that's not what you want to do, that's the sacrificing part. That's where love is. That's where it's the connection, doing it like you love it, even though you hate it.
Okay, so like if your love language is physical touch and hers is gifts, gifts and service.
Listen.
Gifts of service and acts of service and gifts. Yeah, acts of service.
Oh, they when you come
No,
to
it's
love
one
language,
with
they
gifts
talking
sometimes.
now.
Yeah, they talking now. But okay, if it's acts of service, she want her oil changed, and he won't. He's not like G say. It's not like he's an addict, but he wants it. You know what I'm saying? But she want things taken care of. I think that's relevant though. I think that's like y'all. Everybody say knowing you got to build the chemistry, but knowing each other's love language and how to handle each other is very important. Because just like the other person said, or like you said, if he working a whole bunch of hours, but he wants sex, or she wants a lot of sex, but he works a lot of hours and can't give it to her. You know what I'm saying? You have to have that chemistry because it has to balance out. So like you said, understanding the love language or understanding your partner will make all the difference in the world. Go ahead. Yeah, with balance.
Since y'all are there, what does the word love mean to each one of y'all?
You know what love mean to me? It means security. It means security for me. It means like you almost at the level as much as I love myself, type of thing. Like for somebody to say they love me, that's my security, that's my safe place. You know what I'm saying? I can trust you. That means loyalty. You know what I mean? That means like, yeah, it's just security for me. I'll go with that.
For me, it's a deep concern for someone or something. And I think when I love someone or something, then there are certain things that I do, and there's some things that I would not do. But I typically try to take care of it, protect it, um, uh, cultivate it, whatever. It's like a lot of different things. I try to be there for its needs if I love it.
Okay, go ahead.
Love for me, first of all. Listen, ain't no real love like the love of God. We're not going there today. Ain't no real love like the love of God. It's unmatched. Unconditional love is people say they love unconditional. It's really no such thing as unconditional love in a relationship. Okay, you can beg to differ, but true love for me is It doesn't. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it does not have a definition. It's a feeling that you can't explain. So you just like.
But have you ever had that feeling and then you realize, no, I didn't really love them. It was lust. I was lusting.
No, love expires. But that's why there's no love like the love of God.
It does.
But
It does.
but the true meaning of love is
It can expire. It can expire. Yeah, it can. It can.
Oh, tell OG we could take phone calls. Go ahead with the comments.
All right, so Britt Jackson, intimacy is healing the other person's wound with it, whatever that may be. Tia Ark, just because you are showing love doesn't mean the person is experiencing your love.
Ooh, I know that's right.
Very true.
Can you repeat that again, please?
Tia Ark, just because you are showing love doesn't mean the person is experiencing your love. True.
Well, when you don't know compassion, it's a UFO. You know, when you never had compassion and I give you compassion, it's foreign to you because you never had it. So you just keep giving and giving and giving and giving, and she's not accepting it because she never had compassion. Now she has to break that.
Or she doesn't want it from you.
Ooh.
You know, no, I'm just saying. Sometimes they don't want it from a particular person.
Talk, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, real quick, fellas, real quick. Y'all see the number on the screen. If you want to call in, you can call in now. We can take your calls because we're a little.
Keep your comments to 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds. But check this out.
Call in.
Yeah, check this out. We can't see the comments from all platforms. We on like 3-4 different platforms, so we just see one big number, and we appreciate y'all tuning in because them numbers up. But if y'all want to call in, call in. If you don't see us saying your comment, it's not personal. We just can't see it. So call that number if you want to be on the show. All right, back to it. She don't want it.
Share the live.
She may not want it from that particular person.
Or he might not want it.
Or he may not want it because we go through that too. Huh?
Right.
That's a waste of time then.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
But if she doesn't want it or he doesn't want it, that means they're unevenly yoked.
I know, so I'm trying to figure out why they together anyway.
Right, fact.
No, but it may not be. See, it may not be in a situation where they're together. You know,
talk about it.
Let's
go there.
Have you ever had any type of relationship? It could be a friendship where, you know what I'm saying, one person desires the other person. You know what I mean? But the other person doesn't necessarily want them in a romantic way. So they're not receptive to their love. It doesn't mean they're not giving love to you.
But they might like other things that the person does.
No, you can love somebody and not be with them in a relationship.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You can love somebody.
That's what I'm saying in that aspect. You know what I mean? Where somebody is
one's
attempting
chasing and the other one's running.
You know what I'm
one
saying?
Is the lover, the one's being loved. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, Latoya, I'd rather him want it, need it, and desire it from me because if not, I'd have a problem if he doesn't. Love is security for me, a deep concern for someone or something, and protection.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Latoya, you have to be able to love yourself first before you can love anybody. Sometimes love is something you can't explain. It's a different feeling like no other.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
Can't explain it.
Right. You can't. Definition of love. Like what that boy say? Sensational.
Yeah.
Not be loved.
So if you know what it looks like to not be loved, you can define what love looks like.
Yeah. Okay,
All right,
Clark.
we got one on the line now. We
Okay.
gotta pause everything. All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead with yours until you bring up.
You have a comment?
Malik says love is a feeling, not a touch. Clark Renee, is it possible to want or have more intimacy for your side than you have for your main?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's, listen, just because I answer some of these questions do not mean that I practice this in my relationship.
All right, we got one, y'all. Go ahead. Say your name. Can they hear us? We hear something in the background. We can't hear you clear.
Yeah, we can't hear.
Go ahead with the flow until we hear. We can't hear him, man.
I want to talk a little bit more about that last question that you had. Because I do think that you can be more intimate with a
They got something going over there speaking.
a side piece. We have an echo. I think you can be more intimate with the side piece than your main. I see that a lot of times. And before I got in a relationship where I am so in love with my partner.
Oh, yeah.
I have been that side dude to a lot of women, and a lot of times I have had a closer connection with them than they've had with their actual partner. You know what I mean? So I know that is possible.
All right, Latoya Cruz. She says people build things that don't consist of chemistry, just lust of a nut.
Yeah. People, yeah, that's all it is.
For sure.
Tasha Cruz, love is covering me. It means that in my pain, can you stand by me and help me maintain self-love so that I can better love you? Tasha Cruz, I agree with Jean. Yes, you can love and desire another person and they not respond due to their personal reasons. OG Bella, it shouldn't be a side anyway.
Go ahead, OG. I can't wait till you call in.
Little sis like that too.
OG Bella, if there is a side anywhere, then there's no intimacy at all. That's just lust to me.
What was that last comment? I'm sorry.
Oh, OG Bella, if there's a side anywhere, then there's no intimacy at all. That's just lust to me.
Go ahead, G. Talk. I'll wait for that response. Because I mean, I don't want.
I can always. I have an opinion on that. I'm gonna reserve mine. Allow you to play devil's advocate on it. But is that true love? I would say, like Malik mentioned, love is a duty. Is more so of an action and not just 4 words that you're saying to please the next person.
Right. How
are you showing it? And we also show it in a way that doesn't always agree with how the other person wanted to look. It's that tough love that you might just have to restrict or reserve doing what the next person wants to do or prefers to have done. Keeping that into perspective as we're speaking of what is love as well. It's not always sweet. It's not always what that next person is loaning and thinking that they may want that's right for them. You can love someone and also choose a better route for them that they don't think is the best option.
Right. Mel, what you got?
Go ahead, Liz.
I was going to say, I think that you can love your significant other, but sometimes we don't give them what they're asking for. So you could be great in multiple areas, but just say your man wants a home cooked meal and you don't want to cook. And he goes to work every day with some McDonald's or he's ordering Chinese food. And then there's a woman that's like, Dad, you come to work every day and I hear how you celebrate your da-da-da-da-da. And then she's like, well, I cook some extra. Here you go. It's like sometimes women or people can open up the door for somebody else to sneak in because we're not listening to our significant
it's
other
not
and what they
appropriate
want.
for him to take that. Yeah, he not supposed to take that food.
He
Nah.
gonna
Nah.
I thought you was saying
Not
take
not
that shit.
not in that context. He not supposed to take that food. Yeah, not in that context.
Okay,
You
Zantuan.
ain't tricking me.
Big Z, what's up, boy?
Tweezy, what's up?
Saturday.
So if she got some good food, that food is good, and you got some McDonald's, you gonna tell me you
If
not gonna
she's
take?
bringing food for everybody that works there,
Yeah, you gonna eat.
If-
That's what I'm
if-
saying. You gonna say?
if she's bringing food, look, if she don't grab the mic, we ain't paying her no attention.
On the mic.
Listen, if she's bringing food for multiple people on the job, then that's cool. If she's just bringing it for me, then I'm allowing the door to be open. But I can take control of that. I can lock the door. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
That looks
shut it
good.
down.
It looks good, but I'm good. You know what I mean? She's still talking. Go ahead. She ain't grabbed the mic. We ain't paying
Go
no
to the
attention.
comments. What Tweezy got?
Zantuan.
Britt, hold on, Britt.
Notice the after your name. Side pieces are more understanding, laid back, and less confrontational.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
Yeah, but it's easy. It's easy for them to be that because they have less
Yeah,
responsibility.
it ain't no connection.
Yeah,
It's
less
it's no
responsibility.
connection.
So
No
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We just having fun anyway.
We not glorifying side
And
pieces out
then
here.
if you fuss, you might get cut. Yeah, you better shut the
Latoya says, I can say in the past I've wanted sex and that's it, and been real with the man from jump. It's not weighed the same though. So what she's saying is men is not offering the same conversation up front.
as a woman.
Yeah, like she said, there's been times where she just wanted sex and she let the man know that just sex, but she said men do not offer.
Oh, they didn't just want sex.
Well, you know, some men they could just want sex, but they're gonna go through the loops and take you through everything instead of just saying, "Hey, I just want to have sex," and give you your options.
Sometimes that can be a turn off.
Yeah, it can.
If you know, if both of you, first of all, if we link and if we are compatible or whatever, I'm gonna be sexually attracted to you off the gate,
Right.
whether we get together on a long-term level or not. You know what I'm saying? But for me to just come out and say it, that's unattractive. That'll turn somebody off.
What about when a woman tell you that?
It's unattractive.
Man, for me,
For every
I
woman that tell
appreciate
you that, that's
woman.
unattractive to a
I'm
certain degree.
gonna do what I do, but yeah, I mean, I appreciate the transparency. No,
I appreciate that. So you like to chase a little bit. You like to feel like you.
Yeah, you want
conquered
a
that.
challenge. You don't
I don't
want
need
to
that.
too easy.
I
don't need that. My ego is good. I don't need that. So
Yeah.
it's for me, it's like you've built the foundation of understanding. So now there can't be any confusion between you and I on this particular subject. Maybe
Right.
somewhere else, but on this, there's no confusion because you've made it clear what you want, and I'm going to accept.
But do you have to
Right.
do you have to voice your opinion on that though? That's just
Yeah.
like I don't think that's ladylike. I just want to
Right. That's what I thought you was coming at. It's
that's
not
not-
ladylike. Like
That's
it's
not
a turn off.
ladylike.
And I think it's ladylike.
to do that.
And you think it is
Absolutely.
ladylike.
That's
Yeah.
not ladylike. That's not ladylike.
Yeah,
If you telling me,
I think it's
Hold on, we
I
got
think
a
it's
debate, y'all. We
transparency.
got a
if you
debate.
telling me out your mouth, I just want to cut. Okay,
Talk
Right.
that talk, bro.
that's not ladylike. Listen, if we're on a date, you know what I'm saying.
You ain't even at the date.
We whining and
She
dining.
just want to cut.
But listen, you know, if you coming over at 12 o'clock, I know what's
Oh,
going
them
on.
4 in the
You
mornings,
ain't
they
gotta
already know
say
what time
nothing.
it is. Yeah.
Oh, we go to the movies, we go out to eat, we drinking.
Just
done
say you
had
out.
about
Just
4
say you out hanging with your
Yeah.
partners,
Yeah.
and a woman approach you and say,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
you know what time it is.
Yeah, I put her on the bottom shelf of that liquor. She
Okay.
ain't top shelf liquor.
Yeah. But
You know-
Gene's saying
I'm saying
the old Gene.
any
Oh,
gene,
no.
old, young, whatever. I can appreciate anybody in my life on any level that can be honest and transparent about what they want to be to me.
Why so vulgar though?
But see, I don't look at that as vulgar. I look at that as upfront, like straight up.
You just
Like,
looking
I look at
the
a straight up
honesty, like,
person.
you ain't wasting time.
Bro,
You being straight up
listen,
with.
I can appreciate a straight up person over
Yeah.
somebody who, you know what I'm saying, go around the bush or feel a certain way, but don't, don't want to communicate it. Like, I can appreciate a straight up person, but that, that's just
Let me
me.
ask you this. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I think it's unladylike. A woman can let you know that she wants you just by touching your arm. You know that she can talk to you and be like,
that physical touch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, or even with your eyes.
So my thoughts to you
But
would
to say,
be
yo, I wanna fuck-
my thoughts to you is what's the difference? It's aggression. It's
The-
aggression.
the
It just
difference-
one is physical, one is verbal.
The difference is
Either way.
The difference is mannerism and being etiquette.
See,
Yeah, I
you
feel
you just
But
have
you
you just
entitled
have
to
a
your
certain
opinion,
way
yeah.
that you want to.
Yeah, and that's
You know
his
what I'm
right.
saying?
Just
Because
like
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I think
I think it's
you, my
ratchet.
brother. I think you feel like you have to make the kill.
No.
absolutely
You have to-
not. No,
you
you
feel like
taking
you
it-
have
no,
to
no,
make
no,
the
no, no,
kill.
no.
He just
You're
saying
looking at it wrong.
it's a turn off. Like for a woman, it's
No,
like a
I hear
woman
what he's
that's so,
saying. I hear what he's saying.
like,
But
no.
why? But why is it a turn off? That's what I'm saying.
I'm
Like,
not the aggressor. Most 9 out of 10, I'm not the aggressor.
yeah, but you have to make the kill though,
I'm the
regardless
man.
of who the aggressor. You have to make the kill. So they give you the signal, and now you feel like you got to make the kill.
Well, no, it happens genuinely.
Yeah, no. However it
It's
happens,
called
no,
chemistry.
that can still be genuine.
It's called chemistry, but the chemistry can be off by one comment.
I got you.
One
So
comment.
I'm one of them brothers. I don't know. I can be a dominant and a sub. You know what I'm saying? I like it both ways. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes to be desired. So no, sometimes to be desired a certain way and to hear it come out of their mouth, it turns me on. You know what I'm saying?
You
that's what
different.
I'm saying. That's like it
Right.
sounds like a fetish.
Right. Well,
It sound like a fetish.
I mean,
You was
I
confident
mean,
about it. Like,
you know,
I love that shit. Like,
listen,
I love
listen,
it. I shit.
But,
You know what
Talk
I'm
to me
saying?
dirty.
but I appreciate that in any aspect of,
Right.
relationships with people, even if it's a business partner. Like, hey, look, man, I just want to do this. I want to be in. I want to
Now,
be
that's real
out.
right
That's what I'm
there.
saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so I just
You
like
just like
straight
a
up
person
people.
straight up. Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
listen.
Like, I appreciate your honesty.
All
Or the
day.
fact that she doesn't want to waste your time or hers. So I'm trying to figure out whether you don't respect that. Just the fact that I'm saying, only thing I want to do.
I don't respect the ratchet talk. You know, like I said, if we want to get up, you can, you know, you're gonna touch my, you can be beside me and just a touch is way more than a word sometimes. I'm like, yo,
Corey,
you
got
work with somebody, you're like, come on up, Corey.
Okay,
Help me out.
Okay, so since you
Listen,
are on social media and so many people, women love you on social media, they don't get the opportunity to come and rub against your arm if they want to be in your inbox and be like, look, I like the way you
how
talk.
was your day doing?
You
You
say-
know, okay,
Just saying come with more.
anytime somebody inbox you and y'all reply back and forth 3 times, it's something there. Only
Right.
you can make that grow. Only you can diffuse that bomb, or you can ignite that bomb.
Once you open up that
So
door,
y'all
though,
hear that? If you respond more than 3 times, you want that dude.
that's right.
That's what
Right.
Dominique said. The gospel of Dominique.
All that woman.
You know,
Hold on, Britt.
To be fair, as I was listening to you, I was reversing the roles.
okay.
And I was wondering, how would it be if women felt the same? And I'm with you. And what I got from what you said is, in a positive light, you are a conqueror. There's nothing wrong with it. That's like the natural instinct of us. We don't mind going out and getting 100 no's to get to the yes, and doing whatever we have to do to leap through bounds. And it's worth it. It can make it worth the while of searching for that woman. But to be fair on not appreciating a woman being so direct, is it fair for women to feel that way as well?
I just don't like aggression. You can be aggression without your mouth. Your mouth gets you in trouble. Your mouth will blow it for you.
Hey, we love it, Dom.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. But I want women to feel like I want them to feel free to express what they want from men. Because if we don't allow that certain level of freedom, then I feel like that's how you get that game out of women. And I feel like that kind of pollutes the water in my pond. You know what I'm saying? So
I respect that.
yeah, like if you're about money, say that.
Right.
We'll have a conversation. What you worth to me?
You just like to be straight
You know what
up.
I'm saying?
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
it is, just be straight up.
But I
Get
want
straight to the
women.
point.
I want women to feel free to be straight up with men. You know what I'm saying? Like I want them to feel free.
All
I
right.
respect
Hold
that.
on 1 second. Britt, you there?
I'm here.
All right, go ahead with your question. State your name first.
Okay,
Britt.
I had a comment. My name is Britt Jackson. And how y'all doing, fellas?
We doing
Hey,
good.
hey,
Thank
hey,
you.
hey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out last night.
Good. Say again?
Thank you for coming out last night.
My pleasure. It was good to see y'all.
Good to see you too.
I wanted to comment on the difference in love and intimacy. So, like, love, in my opinion, and this may be far-fetched for a lot of people, men or women, but love, in my opinion, is definitely gonna gear more towards like the service to others. Like I need to be able to say that I love you no matter what, because we are missing that. I mean, and that was kind of the point of the men's luncheon yesterday, was to understand that each one of those men on those panels yesterday, you know, there's a portion of all of us that we're trying to fill in, and it is a certain level of love, but everybody's level of love is different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right.
I can love on each and every one of you on this panel right now in a different way, and I can have intimacy with each and every one of you on this panel in a different way, and not want anything from you in return. That's the way it should be from everybody. Like, once you start giving that free love, I mean, now hold up, you know, because we it could be you know, intimacy with or without clothes on. You know what I'm saying? And each and every one of you, whether you were single or not, could get a piece of me. You know what I'm saying? And I should not.
Hey, Britt, listen, let me tell you something. A lot of people are not going to understand what you're saying, but
I
I
definitely
totally
understand. I love it.
agree
I love it.
with
I love it. I
you.
love it.
I totally agree with you.
Clap it up.
Totally. Thank you. That was our first caller ever for the show.
Yeah, give it up for Miss Britt. Thank you for your comment. We
All
appreciate
right, we
you.
appreciate
That was
it.
dope, Britt, for real.
Go ahead, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy. Okay.
Okay, hold on. She walked to the mic.
Put us back on whole screen, man.
So is it how the person says it, which is what makes you feel it's aggressive? Is it how they say it? Because it's always about tone too. Because she can say some things to you in a nice way, and it can still be aggressive.
I like
Well, give
that.
us an
But
example,
say it in a-
please.
I like, no, I
How would
like,
you let a
yeah.
man know
Hey,
that you want him
no, I love
in
it.
that nice way that you was
I love it. I
describing?
love it.
I
You
mean, she can say, "Are you coming over here? I got
You
some things.
absolutely.
I got some things I want to do."
That's
Hold on, say that again. I can't.
No.
Are you
He said
coming
that
over?
one was cool. He talking about
that's
the
ladylike.
ratchet ones.
That's ladylike.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, like, is it the aggression because of how they say it?
Definitely ladylike.
Because she can say some other things.
It's the way they
in a-
come off, the way they deliver
Yes.
is what he was
I
saying.
just want
See, you a
some- I
whole
just want
woman.
some
When,
peas
Oh,
on my face. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But the way
no, I can understand that.
just switch it if a man come at you.
we're totally on
You know what I'm
the
saying?
same level.
He just got boundaries.
Well, I kind of like a lot of different, ways though. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
explain, Wendy.
I mean,
Let's go there.
it depends on the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're being aggressive at a time where we've already had like a disagreement,
That's different. Right.
then no. But if you're being aggressive in a way, but it's still sexy, then yeah.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
That-
it
I-
just
I
kind of
can-
depends on how the aggression is.
No, you're
Right.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I like
I like that.
I like
Appreciate
so-
that.
Give it up for
Appreciate
Wendy,
the
y'all. Give it up for Wendy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a woman right there, though.
That's
That's
right.
a woman right there.
Right,
Definitely
we
a
about to
real
hear
woman.
from the brothers. Come on,
There
kid.
you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
My guy right
They got
there.
that Trey 4 shirt on too.
Already.
Trey 4 in the building. Shout out to Winston Salem.
Already, man. Congratulations to my man, Dr. Blackman, yesterday on his
Appreciate you,
Most
bro.
recipient.
definitely, most
On his
definitely.
being a recipient.
Appreciate you.
Brother William Hussey, thank you for being the visionary of that event, man. It was super
Most
dope.
definitely. Most
I am
definitely.
King. Nice to meet you as well, the daughter of Dr. Blackman.
Hey, man.
The young
Yes, sir.
queen.
Yes, sir.
So I just wanted to respond to what
Hold on,
Dominique-
hold on. You can't forget my brother now.
Yeah, absolutely. A recipient of I Am King, Dominique
That's
Davis.
right.
My most sincere apologies. My brother.
That's
I
right.
love you. I love you.
Yep.
So speaking of which, I just wanted to respond with what Dominique was saying about the like the aggression, for lack of a better term. So there's a misnomer about men in general when it comes to the nuance of intimacy and being straight up. So I'm going to think
Talk that
objectively. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to think objectively from Dr. Blackman's standpoint and your standpoint. While we appreciate the honesty, the misnomer is about men is that we still want to have that femininity. You know what I'm saying? We still like that feline side, and we still want you to exercise that femininity. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? While we want you to be honest at the same time, because believe it or not, we have that sensitive aura and that sensitive energy about
Talk about
us too. You know what I'm saying? So as aforementioned, we want that woman to be honest, because I know I've had a situation before dealing with a young lady some time ago where we had sexual compatibility, But like my man Dominique said, you know, she was one of them girls from up top, and they are super aggressive.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm Southern grown. You know what I'm saying? I'm homegrown. I don't do all that. Rah, 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 rah. No, baby. No, we not finna do that. I'm a gentleman. We're gonna operate as such. You feel what I'm saying? So even though I understand the fabric of our relationship or associationship, situationship, however you want to preface it, I'm still going to treat you like a gentleman. I'm not going to just slut you out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to be a gentleman.
Man, y'all brothers make me think. Y'all brothers make me think y'all never been tied up before. Y'all never been tied up.
She might want to get tied up.
You don't talk like you've been tied up, brother. But see, you don't talk like you've been tied up.
Or handcuffed.
But thank God for grace.
You've been blindfolded. You've been gaggled.
Some of them might want to get slutted out.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's the time and place for everything.
It is.
All right.
Excuse me.
I'm going to sit back down beside my nine.
Can I?
That boy sweating and everything. Boy, I started sweating.
You're right.
That's a good one.
Oh. No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
They need the number, Mel.
Well, hey, Ashley.
Hey.
Hey.
I just want to tap on the aggression. I used to consider myself aggressive, and I grew up around a lot of guys, so I tend to have a lot of more aggression than an average woman. Right. So I just feel like when it comes to the aggression part and mixing it with intimacy and things like that, I just feel like sometimes men need to help us groom. You know, help me. You know what I'm saying? Because we think we're doing it the way we're doing it and it's right. You know, so sometimes just a conversation. Look, tone it down a little bit. Like, I don't like when you talk to me like that. You know, don't talk at me, talk to me. You know, just help us a little bit. You know, I feel like I've grown a lot from that because, you know, I've been there my days. Honestly, if you all want to know, I sent a message to Will to get his number.
Come on now.
But it's like it's one of the things where it's like the aggression, but it was just in my own way.
That was good.
You get what I'm saying?
She knew what she wanted.
That's not aggression.
That's she knew what she wanted. She knew what she wanted.
She wasn't gonna let it go.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that because give us some grace, or
Well,
give women some grace sometimes. And if you know that she has other amazing or great qualities, and it's the aggression that just totally turns you off, try to work on it, and then give yourself some time. And if you just don't want to deal with it, and it's a deal breaker for you, let her know and keep it moving. You know?
Yeah, go ahead. Give it up for y'all. Give it up for y'all.
Hey, yo, let me say this right quick. You gotta have balance.
Most definitely.
Okay.
So her aggressiveness, and then she, you know, some people like us, we aggressive sometimes.
Right.
They want that sometimes. And sometimes we want to be emotional.
Come on, bro. You better talk about it.
Come on now.
You better talk about it.
Sometimes the man want to be emotional with the one that they intimate the most and the one that's for them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a balance. So it's not one-sided. So the same way that they want us to be masculine and we want to be emotionally connected to them also, in not a feminine way, but in a loving way, to let them know that we love them the same way that they love us. So let us be that soft touch for them.
Right.
Come on, bro.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Just a soft touch, just like you said, a touch. You know what I'm saying? The same way they want to be touched, we want to be touched too. We done been working all day long.
Well, I like to be thrown on the bed every now and then.
I mean, you know,
I want to feel like she thought about me all day long when she was at work.
Sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. The same way we think about them. The same way we think about them. It's the same thing. You know,
absolutely.
We have the same emotions that y'all have because we came from y'all. You know what I'm saying? We came from y'all, so we can't stray from that. But we hide that because some women want to be masculine more than the man and won't let us be emotional on their
on,
sense.
come
You
on,
know what I'm
come
saying?
on, come
So
on.
let us be emotional to the one that we love. That way you won't have to be so masculine.
Right.
Come
Come on
now.
Come
You gotta
on.
talk that talk.
Talk that talk,
We
Trav.
appreciate that, bro.
That was good.
Every now and then, that's all.
Okay. OG Bella, she says, me personally, I have a very strong personality, so I don't even have to speak words to let a man know what I want him in that way. But I am sexy naturally anyway.
All right.
All right.
Nakia, and were you talking about? Oh, Neek. Okay, Neek, you talking about the Neek now, not the one back then. And you know we fam. Let's keep it 100.
Who was that?
Latoya Cruz.
Cruz. Hey, Cruz. Latoya Cruz. Latoya.
Latoya, man, you're not gonna be on my show calling us out now.
No, that's cool. That
Yeah, that's Latoya Cruz.
it's a Latoya Cruz.
Yeah,
Cruz,
Latoya
like-
Cruz. Bro, I'm gonna show you a picture. Yeah,
C-R-U-Z.
she's family, bro. She's
Okay,
family.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'll take that. I'll take that. Let me break this down for her. The 29-year-old Dominique. Let's go back to 19. The 19-year-old Dominique would have answered that question different. The 29-year-old Dominique would have answered that question different. The 39-year-old Dominique would answer that question different. I'm 43 now. You know what I'm saying? So you progress. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta grow, man.
Well said. Well said. Well said.
Latoya also says. Latoya says you can't speak for every man though. Neek, trust me on that.
Hold on, Bella.
There's
Hold
some
on, Bella.
conversations that matter. So this is just my opinion, and this is
Yeah.
what makes the conversation when we can have a polite debate. So I respect what you said, but it's just an opinion, and you know what opinion is.
For sure.
Like an asshole, everybody got one. So
Clark
whoever you
Renee,
is.
Clark Renee, if you straight to the point, what you trying to do, nobody goes into the situation with mixed emotions. Men seems to get up with feelings.
Huh?
Say that one more time.
Confused. If you straight to the point, what you're trying to do, nobody goes into the situation with mixed emotion.
Yeah.
Men seems to get up with feelings. I'm assuming trying to say get in.
So we
Get in
get in
there.
our feelings.
Well, you know what? You can go into a situation straight up and along the way get caught up in feelings. That happens a lot as
Well,
well.
I guess what she's trying to say, men try to come in through the feelings knowing they only want sex. Instead of just being
I
straight
got
up.
you. Like,
That's a waste of energy.
That's life.
Like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna either accept your offer or not.
And then Tia Ark, a woman who knows her feminine energy don't have to be verbally aggressive.
Thank you.
It shows is other softer ways.
Yeah, but it's not always about whether she needs to be verbally aggressive. It's more or less about if that man needs to hear it. And sometimes that man need to hear it.
Talk that talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Latoya said ratchet and aggressive is two different things in her opinion.
Definitely. But guess
I
what?
believe that too. Yeah.
Assertive and
Yeah.
aggressive is two different things. Now, what sis said about she reached out to you first. I don't think that's aggressive. I think that's just assertive.
That's
You
why
know
I said she knew what she wanted. That wasn't-
Being soft and passive is two different things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's in the eye, but yeah, that's assertiveness. That's being
It's a fact.
assertive, not aggressive.
All right, let's go to the caller. OG Bella.
What's up?
It's OG Bell. It don't have an A at the end. Bell.
Hey, my bad.
Okay.
How y'all doing?
We are
Doing
well.
Well on yourself.
I'm great. I'm great in here frying chicken, listening to y'all, doing it with love. So let me say something. Let me say this. So I'm see Dominique been knowing me since I was like maybe 8, 9, 10 years old, somewhere around there. I'm 28 now. So I grew up with a lot of I'm the only girl. I got I have 2 brothers. That's my real brothers by my mama. I grew up with nothing but dudes, word, however you want to say it. Like, so when I branched out and started having friends, I branched out with the dudes, with the men. Like, I'd rather hang with a man than a female. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I started dating, men used to always tell me like, "Oh, I like how you a tomboy and you know you feminine at the same time." But then when I bring my tomboy side out, or like I guess you could call it aggressiveness, is as if you want to say, then it's like, oh, it's a turn on. But I guess it began to be too much. But I'm just being myself at the same time. Like I said, I don't have to tell a man with my words that I want him. I talk body language,
Talk
or
that talk,
I
sis.
can rub on you, or I can give you a certain type of look. Like I don't have to say it I don't have to say it verbally. But for some reason,
see,
me
what if his love language is words of affirmation? So he wants to hear it. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all keep talking about y'all don't have to do certain things, but when you're dealing with certain people and you understand what their needs are, you have to be able to do certain things.
Okay, now.
No, no. Listen.
Let's go to
That's very correct. Let me tell you something. But when we do it, it's too much. Or you're not supposed to say that. Now, mind you, I'm not even.
No, only when you do it for Dominique. Guys like Dominique. It's not too much for a brother like me.
I'm not a ratchet type of female. I'm talking loud right now because that's just how I talk. So, but I'm not no ratchet type of female where I'm like, yeah, give me that, or grabbing on your piece or none of that. Like, I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I have a very strong personality. I'm a very aggressive person. I'm a aggressive female, I guess you could say. So it might come off wrong, but that's not how it's intended to be. But you might take it the wrong way.
We got you. Thank you so much for your call. We appreciate you.
It's a lot of us out there. We don't mean no harm. That's just how it come out.
That's right.
Yeah, we got
All
you.
right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's right.
Yeah, we're gonna hear from the therapist.
Go ahead.
With that aggression, man, we don't mean any harm. It just comes out in that way sometimes. They're not meaning to be aggressive either.
For sure. Tasha Cruz, what you got?
Okay, so I wanted to make sure I corrected what was said earlier. What love meant for me. Love is covering me. It means that in my deficits, can you stand by me and help me maintain self-love so that I can love you better? And then in addition to what she was saying about being a tomboy, because I'm definitely a tomboy, I just wear dresses. I learned how to curve a lot of my words and a lot of my actions. I grew up, around guys, fought a lot in my childhood and during. But what I wanted to say was, as it relates to the aggressiveness, the assertiveness, I believe that there are certain people that can bring certain things out of you, depending on what the chemistry is. And I think that if you are saying that you're interested in a person and you feel like it's a relationship that's valuable to you, then I think that you should. I'm a person that knows how to adjust. And I think that we have to leave room for adjustments in those relationships if we want them to be flourishing and working well together. So that was my thing. I didn't want to sound like I was a woman in pain. I'm not a woman in pain, so I had to come and redeem myself.
We glad you came down. We glad you came down.
I'm not hurt. I'm not broken. I'm healed. I know what I want. So I think when you go through all of those stages, because we go through those stages at different times in our lives, I'm over those humps and hills, and so I know myself. And being that I know myself, I know how to articulate my wants and my needs. And so I just think that when you know yourself and then you get to know your partner intimately, then you're able to make the adjustments where those adjustments are needed to be made so that it can be a flourishing relationship.
So how soon do you expect someone that you're interacting with regularly to be intimate?
Let's see. There's not a time frame of intimacy. There's a level of intimacy that I'm willing to enter. Which means for me, if you're talking about sex, I personally
just intimacy.
Just intimacy, no sex.
No, I'm saying intimacy, however you express it or
A
whatever
bonding, just
level
how
you
you
put it
bond
on.
with
Sex is in your
somebody.
Okay.
intimacy bracket. then
Okay, so let me break it down like this. I like affection. If we are involved with each other and we are on a continual basis seeing each other and we have said what we want and expect out of the relationship, then I love, like, hand holding, words of affirmation. My love language is acts of service, because I'm hard ass working woman.
Right.
So, that's my love language. Also, if we're talking about, if we want to go deep, I'm gonna need to see my charts. I'm that type of person.
No, that's right.
I need to see my charts. I need to see what I'm working with because I love myself
That's real.
enough.
I need more.
Too
I
much.
love
Yeah.
myself
Clap it up for that.
enough.
That's
Hey,
real.
yo, nah,
I
that's
love
real.
myself
Well,
enough.
you got time for that.
Yeah.
I love myself enough to protect myself. If I am feeling you like that and I don't want to use anything, if that's my choice, then I want my body to be safe with you.
Absolutely.
And so therefore I need to know what your level of activity is and how you conduct yourself as a man. And so that's one of the things I don't think we talk about because it's taboo. However, it needs to be said because in our community, we have high rates of a whole lot
Everything.
of stuff.
Yeah.
And
sure.
Listen,
my stuff is clean and I want to keep it that way. And
That's
so
right.
when
That's a
when
fact.
I entertain you, I need to know that my body is safe with you.
Come on now.
All right,
Give it
now.
up for y'all.
we
Go
appreciate
ahead,
it. We
Nick. Go ahead,
appreciate it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was good right there. Okay, let me change the narrative about assertiveness and aggressiveness. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, let's fast forward to falling in love is fun. Being in love sometimes can be rough. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna every relationship is gonna have problems, and just because you go up one uphill battle don't mean you're gonna walk away. You can be in the house and can't stand each other, but you ain't going nowhere. Once again, falling in love is fun. Being in love is tough. Now, it's a homie lover friend part in a relationship. I'm more big on the homie part, and that comes with the tomboy. Not saying, "Oh, I'm just your homie." No, you're not just my homie. But one thing about a homie, your love is your lover. Your friend is your friend. But when you got a girl that's your homie that you don't want to leave to hang with the guys, that's a dope relationship. When we can play Nintendo, or I can paint your toes, or we can go shoot some basketball, or you want to wrestle and you trying to give me a wedgie, and that's homie stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep reinventing that. So I love aggression. It's just a ratchet with your mouth. I just had to change the narrative because somebody took my listen really, because I don't want you to take my aggressive out of context. You know what I'm saying? I love the tomboy feminine thing from a woman. I love it. But I'm big on the homie part. You're my lover. You're my friend, but be my homie. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Nick. That's
All
good.
right.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Simple thing. We just have to bring the best out of each other.
Come on,
Well,
bro.
we deserve the best version.
Come
of us.
on.
Like you said, she came to you, she came to me, bro. So we on the same
We
thing.
on the
you
same
know what I'm
team.
saying? We
Yes,
got
sir.
that.
Mine came to me too.
Yeah, okay.
Mine came to me too.
Okay.
Sending me friends requesting all that.
Okay.
I'm in that club too.
Okay.
I'm in that club too.
See, that's the emotional part that the men don't want to talk about. See how he got emotional on that. He wasn't invited.
Hey, man, y'all was trying to leave me out the club,
I
man.
wasn't trying to leave y'all. But what I'm saying is, yeah, I know he threw his hand out. I ain't trying to annoy you though. But I just know that when you know that you love that certain person, and like we still talking about intimacy, but like the eyes, when you can just look at somebody, if they gone, you can feel the butterflies in your stomach after a certain period of the 90 days. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know that connection is real. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, like a woman that love a man will sacrifice more than we will for them. Seriously.
Why do you feel that?
I'm gonna say that because we can be all out doing everything else. But if that woman got her mindset that she want us, she gonna try to slow us down to get us.
Try to change you. That's
Yes,
what it sounds like you're saying.
Yeah, they
she
gonna
trying to change you. Trying to change you, B.
Change and control.
She trying to change you, B. Look, man.
Listen.
You need
Change
to come
and
to the man all
control
male book club.
on a good level.
We're gonna give you some tips.
Yeah.
On how Nah, I get you though,
You're
bro.
right.
So
I'm being silly,
on
but I get you.
on a level for the women, I'm not saying that y'all try to control us. Y'all just want to balance us because y'all know what y'all want, and y'all trying to get us on that level.
And they see the value in us.
And they see the
See the value in
we
us.
don't see the value like they do because we on the outside trying to please them or whoever else, but they just want to please us. So we got to figure out what we really want. So if you can recognize that that woman is specifically for you,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she came to you out of all the women that's been in this area, world, whatever,
Yes, sir.
that one that always being constant, but that's the one that you don't think that's gonna be constant. That's the one you need to be with, cause she got your best interest.
Come on.
That's why I'm
Talk that
married.
Come
talk,
on.
Sam.
Come on.
I
Come
know,
on.
boy.
Come on.
My man,
I
man.
know that's right.
Don't you do it to him.
I'm like, hey,
No,
y'all.
that's right.
Ashley on here again. No, I just
Yes.
wanted to start from here. I think that a lot of people, or as people, we get into relationships. First of all, we don't even really know what we want. We don't know what a relationship even is, and a lot of people don't even know what it means to be intimate. People think intimacy, sex. No, it's so much under intimacy.
Right.
It's intellectual, it's spiritual, it's love, it's so much that goes in. In means intimate. It's in the word. So I think first we need to figure out what does intimacy mean to us individually.
Well, we defined it the first 5
Yeah, she
minutes
didn't.
of the
She wasn't
show.
here.
You was a
Okay.
little late. It's okay.
Well, I
It's
was
all right.
late.
It's okay.
I was late,
It's
but
okay.
we need to start. I just feel like we need to start fashionably late, Aggie Pride. But I do feel like we need to start there, and also when it comes to intimacy, what you want in those categories. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because some people, I don't even really want love. I just want sex, and you might not align with the next person, and y'all trying to be intimate together, whatever. Y'all not even on the same level.
Come on.
So
man.
we need to
Right.
start there or whatever. But I feel like at the end of the day, everybody have their own thoughts and feelings on everything. Just come together, have some common ground, and love each other, y'all.
Come
That's
on.
it.
now.
That's it. That's it.
Come on.
That's
now.
good.
That's right.
That's good.
That's right. That's
God,
right. That's right.
boy.
OG Bell.
OG Bell.
All right.
Exactly. Sacrifice, and men have too much pride. I don't care if he loved her or not. It's the pride for me. She said it's the value and the potential.
Okay.
Hey, OG Bell, we have a therapist here.
See her.
He is amazing with the dose. Okay. Can
Most definitely, most
you
definitely.
give them your information, please?
Yeah.
Mind Healing Therapeutic Services. Hit me up. Yeah. Mind Healing Therapeutic Services, PLLC. Check me out. Facebook, Instagram, website.
Word. Do you have anything to say to all these comments and questions about the therapeutic side of it?
Personally, for me, I think it's just beautiful that it's a conversation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For me, and my approach in therapy is having that conversation and not just always even being the one that's talking, but being able to be that listening ear and listening to your mate so that you can understand, listening to understand and not to respond. And I think that's a deeper level to all of those different facets of intimacy that we mentioned. Being able to hear and respond without always being the one asking and trying to receive some level of intimacy.
Okay.
Word. Appreciate you.
Quick question. How do you build intimacy?
Ooh.
Through a conversation.
Well, we talk. That's a good question. We talked about it a little earlier. I know for me, it has to be trust, and I have to feel safe to be intimate with you. You know what I mean? Like I have to feel like you're not. Yeah, absolutely. Like you're not going to take advantage of it. And yeah, it takes a certain level of trust and safety.
Creating a safe space where an individual can feel vulnerable, assessing, making sure that it is a person that you plan on opening up to without without being taken advantage of and sacrificing for the greater good of that relationship.
Absolutely.
Great answer. Go ahead.
Respond to that question.
Yeah, that's what we said in the beginning. I think they was late too.
Yeah, they was late.
I said security. Gene was saying it. We all said the same thing. Just having that safe place. Security for me. And it's the levels that we own. Like I said, it's just you have to find that bond of intimacy itself and take it from there. But it has to do. I have to trust you with my vulnerabilities. I have to trust you with my secrets or anything that I'm dealing with on a personal level, because I'm not gonna share nothing with somebody like we said on the panel yesterday. We put it out there and then you throw it back in our face. You know what I'm saying? Later on down the line when we arguing or getting into it, or you go run and tell somebody. Somebody said that yesterday. You go run and tell somebody else. So I can't trust you with it. So I need that security for me.
Yeah, and we have to see that person valuable enough for us to. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you were saying
allow
earlier,
them to experience that level of intimacy from us as well.
You might not be worth it.
Go ahead, Nick. Just to answer your question, Facebook. Just to me, she said Facebook. Just a Facebook user.
Let's get it right.
It's a fake page. Somebody trying to listen. So real quick, just being repetitive, like we said before, you probably tuned in. Just being repetitive. You can't touch intimacy. You can't touch motivation. It's something that's just there. And to make something that you can't physically touch, which is the word intimacy, it's just being repetitive and keep working on it. Even when you're battle tested, you keep working on it. You don't know if something's real until it's battle tested. We used to go to the club just to fight to see who's gonna fight with us. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a relationship is. I don't know if you're real until we're battle tested. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just being repetitive. Just keep working on it.
Most definitely.
For sure. All right, my brother.
So for me, for that particular question, it's really no gray area. It's pretty cut and dry for me. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. When you deal with intimacy in this particular order, investment, involvement, and organically. In that particular order. I'm gonna say that one more time. Investment, involvement, and organically. Because when you become invested in someone, then all right, you already know that you want to experience that level of intimacy to whatever capacity. And then as you both evolve, like Dominique said, you're going to be battle tested. Some things you don't have a blueprint for, like being a parent. Life is just going to happen. Some things you just got to allow to happen organically. Because me, I'm not a stifler. I'm not stickler for rules and regulations and things like that when it comes to the nuance and fabric of relationships. Some things you just got to allow it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Right. And allow it to happen organically. So when you're investing in that person, it'll happen organically.
Most definitely.
You evolve.
That's good, Corey.
And we had a list earlier. Go ahead and give us that list again.
Well, the list went before whoever didn't tune in.
We had intellectual.
My definition and levels of intimacy is intellectual, recreational intimacy, social intimacy, spiritual intimacy, and physical intimacy.
Right.
And physical intimacy is necessary, but it's far from secondary. It's probably the last one,
That's right.
But the first four is really the foreplay of the physical intimacy.
Right. And then we had two. I said financial intimacy.
Financial intimacy, absolute.
Affection intimacy.
Yeah, you wanna chime in on that, or you good?
Just reiterating.
Give me the difference between affection intimacy and physical intimacy.
Okay. So and with the physical intimacy, we were speaking of it. I guess another word is the sexual intimate, being intimate sexually. Before that, and in real life, before sexual intimacy, for men, we can go straight to jumping in and making it happen, sexual with no foreplay. Oftentimes, some level of affection may be needed to develop the arousal so that one can reach the point of being effective with being sexually intimate. But it might be rubbing on the back. It might be playing with it. It may be looking in the eyes. It might be a oil massage where that level of affection is needed in order to peak that level before you can even, like you said, it might not the recreational may not be last, but that affection may be needed to help reach that level so that you can be
Sometimes that's what men lack. That's why a lot of women are going gay, because they want the affection. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the 98 degrees.
So let me ask you this. So how can you have intimate moments or be intimate with a lady who is not affectionate?
I would argue that one is affectionately or can be affectionately intimate. You just haven't tapped into that pool of reaching that peak so that she can be turned on. You haven't found it. You haven't looked. You haven't touched behind the ear. You haven't rubbed an elbow. You haven't done something enough, or you haven't had the conversation on the front end to figure out and to do some diagnosing to figure out how you can reach that point, because it's not always the sexual side of intimacy that one reaches.
She might want her toes sucked or something.
Right.
Whatever it may be, but aside from the intercourse side, it's another level of intimacy, affectionate that I would categorize it, that people reach a high point of get a euphoric feeling from, that's necessary aside from intercourse.
Good. That was good.
I want to say something, sis. No, I got to touch.
That was good.
Go ahead.
No, I'm cool.
Okay. Tasha Cruz. Okay, so I'm hoping that I can bring this all together. You said, Jean, you mentioned something about the being vulnerable to share your intimacy with a person you see valuable. And then I want to piggyback on what the other lady said about, she was online. That's maybe sometimes she just want to have sex and not be involved and all of those things.
Right.
Okay, so what makes a person valuable enough to be vulnerable with, and how do we address the biases that we have, or that men have for women who say they just want to possibly, have sex with a person and then that's it? And does that make the woman invaluable, I guess, if she just says maybe she just wants to have sex with, the person? That's not where I want to go, but I think we just have a lot of biases. And we deem people not valuable, when I truly believe that no one can give me value or take my value. And a lot of times with men, if a woman chooses to act on her sexual whatever, she's deemed a whore or invaluable, or she's bottom shelf or liquor shelf or whatever, house liquor, moonshine, you know what I'm saying? She moonshine or whatever. She's not Don Perignon, you know what I'm saying? So I think I truly think that we have to be careful in how we make people feel invaluable, because I believe that with the right type of communication and healthy love, that even the whore can be the housewife.
Oh, talk that talk now.
Because the whore has become the housewife. I mean, being honest, and the side chick has become the wife. And I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying.
Real life.
I hear you.
Talk
I hear you,
that
Tasha.
talk.
I hear you, and
Talk
how
your
we
talk.
value ourselves is important. But other people have value systems,
Yeah.
and we have to respect people's value systems. Like, somebody might think all barbers are whores and they don't want to date a barber because they had bad experiences with barbers. That's their
Just
value
like
system.
bartenders.
I'm not mad
Truck
at
drivers.
that. I respect that.
Right.
You don't have to talk to me. You know what I mean?
Gotta
But
change
I know
that.
I am valuable, and somebody will love and respect me for that. But I think sometimes we get too caught up in how people value systems are, and we take it personally, and then we carry it with us. We carry it, like we allow it to become painful to us.
Right. And I think that we can, like I said, I think we can adjust. We don't have to maintain the same stereotypes and things that we impose on people, if we understand we are a community and we are supposed to help each other heal, because a person may be promiscuous because of molestation or but whatever. And when they come to you, they desire to be affectionate, but they don't know how to be affectionate because all they know is people fondling
But
them.
it's not
You know what I'm
that
saying?
man's job to heal her.
It's
Like
not
you
his-
have to, but this is what I'm saying. We all have some. First of all, I do not want to seem insensitive about that.
Right.
I myself was molested.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to be insensitive about that. However, there are things that we have to do as individuals to get to a healing place so that we can be a good mate for whoever we choose to be with or whoever chooses us. But if we do not work on things individually and we're trying to be in relationships with people, then it tends to get messy and we expect them to be extremely understanding to us all the time. And sometimes it's like, no, go through your healing process before
Right.
you try to start dating.
Right.
And I think what you saying, go ahead. But I think I just want to say what Gene clarified. You saying people depend on the partner to do the healing versus them healing themselves.
Like I literally had to go to counseling myself.
Right.
Because I understood what it was doing for me and the appetite that I was having because of it and all of the things that the behavior that I had because of it. So I had to get work on myself before I can even try to have a productive relationship with somebody, whether I thought they were valuable or not.
Gotcha. I think, and not to
Go to the
take anything
therapist.
not to take anything away from how you said it or how Jean you perceived what she was saying, I would support that verbiage with saying being empathetic and not being the healer of whatever issue, but just
not-
showing some level of empathy.
Right. Showing a level of empathy, and not only that, affirming the person who may feel like they're not valuable because of, person feel like they can't open up to them and be vulnerable and be intimate with them. What I'm saying is, maybe affirm that person who may not understand intimacy. And of course, mention you need some therapy. Maybe you should consider therapy in some type of counseling session.
Now, some of us can be jacked up, and I promise you, man, I'm not trying to sound hard, but some of us can be jacked up, and we will buy $200 Jordans, but won't pay $75 for a counseling session.
Right.
Like that's just crazy to me.
What does the lack of intimacy do to a man or a woman?
Depends on what they need. Depends on what that man or woman needs. If they don't need intimacy, then it does nothing. If they need it, then it's going to be a struggle if they're not getting it.
Anything that's not worked on or addressed is going to deteriorate. That's it.
Facts.
It's the lack of anything. If you're not going to address it or work on it, it's just going to deteriorate.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Oh. Yes. So intimacy, definitely one of my favorite topics since it is a business that I am in. ChewyLingerie.com. Just throw that out there.
All right.
Plug, like that plug.
Yes. But I came to say a lot of intimacy is developed in the bedroom. And the reason for that is not a sexual thing, but it's more so because that is where we are our most vulnerable. When we are 100% unclothed, that is when you have no other protection. So you have to use your words. You have to talk with your partner. A lot of times it's even best to exchange that needed communication during that time, or to get to learn that person. A lot of things that I involve in is just teaching people how to learn their partner's body, learn the person that you're with, what makes them happy, what makes them tweet, what they don't like. That's the first part of being intimate with someone. And then, of course, like you said, unleashing all of your fears and making that person know that you feel safe with them. But yeah, that was it.
All right. Thank you. That was good.
Dropping knowledge. Now I am your father. Mind what you say.
Right. I think that everything we're talking about today kind of goes back to listening. If you're listening to somebody, you're gonna know what their preference is. If I'm listening to you and I'm having conversation with you, things that you're saying to me are giving me cues on what type of person you are.
Come on.
And not saying that I'm judging, but it gives me I guess, a say so on how to interact with you.
Right,
You know,
right,
on what
right.
type of level I can be with you on.
Come on.
And
That's
like you
basically-
said, that's paying attention, listening, you know,
Yeah.
to your partner to understand that how
Right.
they want to be
And I
loved.
feel
and
like, sorry, and I feel
Go
like
ahead.
that's where the intimacy. I've been itching to say this.
I couldn't tell we trying to get you up for 2 hours.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like listening creates that intimacy between you and another person. You know, like
That's a
if
fact,
I
too.
come to you and I can voice my opinion, and I know that you're not going to judge me. I know that you're not going to look at me weird. You're going to accept everything that I have to say. I'm going to be more open to come to you about whatever it is. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right.
I feel like listening definitely does a lot in a relationship.
That's right.
next
Say
time
who you are. You got to state your name. You didn't even state your name for the people.
My name's Leasia Williamson.
Hey.
So next time we have an argument, I'll be like, listen, listen, you're not listening.
That's
Hey,
what's up.
This is a great topic. I swear.
I
we can
know
go
this is
on
a
for
great
days.
show.
But like I said, I feel like intimacy is an education.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
The
Talk
reason
about
why I say it's an education because if you gotta learn your partner,
Yeah.
Come on.
you gotta learn your partner. You gotta figure out the blueprint. You can't write it. You just gotta look at it and see what they like. She said, you gotta see what they like,
Mhm.
and then you gotta
Pay attention.
piggyback off of that. And so once you see what they like, you can do your surprises. You can do this. You
Right,
can do
right,
that,
right.
and that will give them the open space to love you more because they see that you paying attention to their intimacy.
Come on.
Right.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
And- yeah.
So that's and it goes both ways.
It go definitely.
It
Definitely
goes
go
both
both
ways.
ways.
You know, just like Dominique say, you know, he the king. You know, he do
He is
it
the
all.
king.
But
He-
that if
the
that listen, fellas, this for the fellas. If that one woman, I don't care how masculine, how strong you are, they gonna make you be that emotional creature that you're supposed to be.
Oh
I
yeah,
agree.
for sure.
I'm
I
very
agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So he can talk that talk all day long.
I agree.
But when you find that certain one and they do something out of character, they gonna break your heart. And you're gonna try to make it right. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
gonna
It's
have
just,
to.
it's just that simple, man. It's an educational learning process for both parties.
Yeah.
So the intimacy comes with education.
Absolutely.
And then
And
the
I thought, not to cut you off, but stay right there. I think a lot of times us as men going into, and women too, when you go into something new, you kind of program from your old relationship or how you've been living. So you got to break that ice when you go in there and open up.
because
Like,
that's not the same person.
yeah, it's not that she's knocking me. She's
Right.
trying to help, like you were saying earlier. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we stuck in our ways, like, man, you just you want this, you want
You
this.
just got to see the difference.
Yeah, you got to
And
see
that's
the
where
difference.
the education comes
Yeah.
in. You know what I'm saying? Once you see the difference in somebody that's with you and somebody just with you.
There you go.
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Saying?
for sure.
So
Come on.
you gotta understand the difference on that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
once you see the difference on who is with you and who is just with you,
Mhm. It's a difference.
you
Come
can
on.
be able to, as a man, as my feelings, I'm speaking for myself, not
For sure.
every man. You're gonna be able to open up to that one woman, to the broadest of the world, to everything. You know what I'm saying? Because in your heart, you gonna know if this the one, because you gonna know if they full of bullshit too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We know that too, just like y'all know we full of bullshit. We know y'all are too.
Yeah.
But
That's a
we
fact.
know who the hell we want, and we know what we want. Y'all know what y'all want. So let's educate it and get it together.
That's right.
That's
That's
good.
right.
I
And then to
want.
piggyback off what Trav was saying before you go, Wendy, you got to give it time to develop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we want that instant
Love ain't
gratification.
like
We want
grits.
that
It ain't
perfect woman, or y'all want that perfect man. And sometimes you got to let that develop within the relationship itself and build that chemistry.
Wendy Armstrong.
Come on.
Like
now.
you about to sing, girl.
This is a
Welcome to
this
the
is a
mic.
radio voice.
There you
Okay.
go. Oh.
Okay.
No, I feel like intimacy too is about growth. Because when you are intimate with somebody else, it also shows things about you on the inside as well. You know, and I feel like when you are intimate with that person, and then when you go home and self-reflect, then you think about what they said. You also think about things you need to change on the inside of you. You know, so I think intimacy is about a level of growth as well.
That's
and
right.
then you have to care enough. You
Yeah.
really
Come
have
on.
to care enough. You have to care enough about the relationship. You have to care about growing yourself. And you have to just care enough about coming together and forming something beautiful.
That's
just
right.
my opinion.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Wendy
Absolutely.
Armstrong.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
I think we have one more comment.
I guess my point, and I guess it's another point of a conversation that we can have, in being intimate, from any of our areas of intimacy that we mentioned. What happens when you're not effective at reaching or providing a level of intimacy, whether it's emotional, recreational, sexual? How do you communicate? And I guess that's probably one of the key words in it, like we discussing. But how do you communicate if you can't meet that level of arousal and being intimate with your partner to reach that point that they feel satisfied?
Right.
That's good.
I like that.
No, I'm asking y'all, man.
That was,
Go ahead, Jay.
that's a gene question right there. That was like 3 paragraph question, bro. It's getting late. It's getting late. I gotta go to work.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was good. No, so in layman's terms, if you're not doing well enough with reaching that point of success and being intimate, how do you work to get to that point? How do you respond? Do you get angry and say, hey, you know what, I ain't gonna do it, you need to find a different level? I can't kiss you sexually enough to make you
Well,
happy.
it's 8 billion people on Earth. So everything ain't gonna work out. You just gotta keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
And I guess I'm saying it from that person that you're invested in,
Oh,
that you invested in already. Your queen, your king, that you've been with, you decided to be together legally or life partners, but hey, you are not financially literate enough to reach that point to make them feel like that's my rider. I'm going to be that. We need to be together, like Gene was mentioning, financially, socially, intellectually. How do you address that issue if that person is not performing up to par?
Man, sometimes you just gotta let it burn, man.
let it burn.
You just gotta let it burn. Like, you can't, in my opinion, even if you've been invested, at some point you have to realize maybe they're not the one for me.
Yeah.
You know what I
got to
mean?
know
And that's tough, but I think it's even more tough trying to hold on to something and dragging things along that has basically been dead a minute ago.
And then that becomes a self-inflicted wound because now you're doing it to yourself.
Absolutely.
So I would say in that point, can I see your money real quick? If your mate just isn't good enough at getting you aroused sexually, I mean, just using sexually, but they're great financially, they're great socially in all other areas that we mentioned. But that one area,
I think you should make some attempts, to resolve the matter. But at the end of the day, if y'all can't get on common grounds, you gotta let it burn, bro.
for that one area.
For me, this is Gene Blackman now. Remember, this is Gene. Like, I can't be in a
Intellectually, they just not peaking you.
bro. I cannot be in a relationship with someone, even if they're clicking on all those other cylinders, that I'm not sexually compatible with, bro. Like, I can't do it because it's extremely
Sex is a big
important
factor
to me. Absolutely.
I just feel like, hey, you gotta teach them.
They have to be teachable. They have to be teachable, though. They have to be teachable.
If you got that woman that hear me out. If you got that woman that is all into you, but she ain't had the experience that you have had, you gotta teach her how to please you, or the opposite
What
way.
if guidance is a hereditary?
Hey,
We're gonna have a
exactly.
part 2 of this.
Hey, yeah, we are gonna have to have a part 2. But bro, I'm a barber instructor, and I honestly like to think I can teach anyone how to cut hair. Every now and then, there are a couple guys that come through here.
It's not teachable.
I mean, they're passionate about it.
Yeah.
But they're just not coachable.
if they're not coachable, then that ain't the one for you.
Absolutely.
But
Sir,
if they willing,
maybe you need to go to culinary art school.
hey, maybe,
But because
maybe.
barbering
Hey,
is not it. Maybe you need to
look,
cut fruit.
if they don't know how to
And
saute,
vegetables
if they don't
in
know how
my
to
hair.
saute, teach them how
But
to
I
cut.
feel like sometimes it's like that with women. Sometimes, bro, like you can love someone and you're trying to teach them how to love you.
Right.
But sometimes they just don't have it.
So if they're not willing to put in the work, then that's not the work you need to be.
Or they
putting in.
or they put in the work,
Yeah,
but
you
they
gotta
just
move on.
don't have it.
Well, go on about your business.
Oh, sis, you got something to say?
Let it burn.
I've
Let
been
it
waiting on
burn.
it. I've been
Oh, yeah,
waiting.
you have something to say.
I've been waiting.
Come on. Come on.
I've been waiting.
I was gonna say, love isn't taught. When you say you have to teach the person to love, I don't think you can teach. And love
I may disagree with
reciprocated.
you.
It has to be both ways, or it's not love.
Right.
It has to come from both people. So I can love somebody, but if they don't love me, it's not love.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it gotta be the same.
Okay. So
yeah, it gotta be reciprocated. Yeah.
Talk your talk.
Love isn't love until it's given away.
Come on now. Come on now.
Push back on that too.
Go ahead.
Because because sometimes we're willing to love, but we don't always know how, and then we don't know how to love that or to express love for that particular
Because you
person.
only can love the way you've been loved. You can't love beyond the way you've been loved.
No. So I believe love is one of those things that can be cultivated. Like it's not like a mustard seed that can't grow.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you're communicating, it can grow. If you're supporting, it can grow. If you're understanding, it can grow.
Yeah.
So I feel like love is one of those things that can definitely grow.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we can show people, you know what I'm saying, those things, and it helps them express love. In my
I have
opinion.
something else to say, which I don't talk much.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. When somebody said it takes the person to bring out, like, to be honest, I wasn't very sexual or nothing like that. Affectionate, but when you love, it brings all that out. That's what I believe.
That's what's up.
Most definitely.
That's what's up.
And do you believe that you can love two people at one time?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I do.
Absolutely.
She didn't say in love. She
Absolutely.
said love.
I believe you can be in love with
Just
multiple
saying it's
people.
not impossible.
I believe you. Absolutely.
I'm
gonna tell you why.
Y'all can't limit my love capacity. Like
No,
y'all
you
can't
can't. I'm
tell
just
me.
being honest. That's
Yeah.
just like your
That's
kids.
being
You love all your kids, correct?
That's a different love.
No, but I'm just saying
Right.
that love in general.
That's a different love.
See,
No, it's that. It's not. It's,
You can't
no, it's
love-
not.
you
Give
can't
your
love two
all
women
to
at
one
one time.
person.
You can't.
You can't give
I'm
your
just
all
saying
to
it's not
two people.
impossible.
I'm gonna tell you why you can't love two women at one time.
You can't
People
give your
do it every
all
day.
to two
No. You can tell us why you can't
Yeah,
love
that's
two
what I'm
women at one
saying.
time.
That's your
Okay.
opinion.
Right.
But I'm
Okay.
just saying it happens every day. It's people that love more than one people. Look at other cultures. It's people that do this all the time.
I don't think you can.
It's not.
Me
I'm not trying to be
personally,
funny. I'm just being real.
I don't think if you're giving your all to one person, you can't give. I
No,
just don't. I don't.
No,
but that's
No, but everybody got their own opinion. Yeah, for sure,
I feel
for
you.
sure.
I feel you. I feel you.
He was the only one that disagreed.
I'm
Explain,
gonna tell you why I
sir.
disagree.
Explain. Yeah, give it up for Angel, y'all.
Thank
I'm gonna tell you, you
Go ahead,
cannot love two people at one time because if you love that person, you wouldn't lie to them.
You don't have to
They say
lie
the
to
lie.
love multiple
They
people.
ain't nothing about lying. They all know they love.
Listen, you spoil your mate with attendance and attention. If they're not willing to do that, you know what I'm saying? You just love what you can do. You love the image that you're giving them. You cannot. You're being selfish. A woman wants you for herself, especially a black woman.
Not all women.
Not
all women.
Well, I'm just saying in general. But I respect your opinion.
We're talking about 99% of a black woman, of a black queen.
So there's
But
a whole
I'm not saying
there's a whole
myself.
polygamous,
I'm
a
just saying in
black
general.
polygamous community out there.
It's
That's
that
a spirit. That's a spirit.
Hey, to each his own, brother.
Spirit of love.
To each his own.
That's a spirit of
That
love.
is a spirit of love.
Go ahead, Tosh.
That is absolutely a spirit of lust.
A
but
spirit of love.
we can talk about that later.
I disagree with that.
We can talk about it later though.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
okay,
We will.
so this is my question, and I was thinking about this maybe a couple of weeks ago. What is the difference between love and devotion? I think we throw the word love around very loosely, but are you devoted to a person? I think that makes the difference because yeah, maybe you can love multiple people, but who are you devoted to? A double-minded man to me is unstable in all his ways, because you can't be here and
That's the
there at the
word.
same time. And if you can't be here and there at the same time, and I'm a person, I don't personally want to participate in polygamy, and I know that it is a part of different cultures, but what I'm saying is, you
Biblical
can
culture
love,
as well.
you can love multiple people, but I don't think you're going to be devoted equally to people, because sometimes you can kind of tell when people are engaged in those type of relationships. You can kind of tell if a person,
Who the main is.
yeah, you can tell how much a person is engaged or what's the word, bonded with one more than the other.
Yeah,
So I
It's
think
so
you can
funny
love,
how we
but
can
I don't think
judge
you can devote.
lifestyles that we haven't partaken in. And
We
so
just
it's
talking from the outside in.
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So like if we haven't partaken in those type of lifestyles, we have to be mindful of our thoughts around it. Like we can't make our thoughts the law. Like there are thoughts of it.
Or
that's
opinions.
our opinions based on what we see or what we think we see, but we can't make it the law.
Right.
But go ahead.
Sure. I just wanted to say that love is sacrifice. And I feel like a lot of times in anything that you love and your emotions start to go to the love phase, you have to be willing to sacrifice.
True.
People are so selfish and are trying to love things, but love requires sacrifice and selflessness, like being selfless. So you have to be willing to give up things for yourself that might be for your loving or your what you love or your gratification for others and other things. So I feel like that's my partake on love. Love is sacrifice. If you keep that at the forefront, you will never go wrong with love.
We appreciate y'all. Our last comment. Go ahead.
Yes.
Our last comment. Guys.
I wanted to actually hop back into the polygamy conversation, and mainly because I do feel that you cannot equally love two people the same. I think that is
Right, Chewy.
Period. I definitely feel that way. However, with polygamy, I do see the other benefits that come with that. I'm being for real, y'all.
Let's talk about it.
Such as the financial aspects. You got more hands in the pot. You have more help with children. You have more people that are able to produce children, or you're able to expand your quote unquote tribe. You know what I mean? So
True.
I do see the benefits of polygamy, but even in polygamy relationships that I know of, there are certain women who are higher than other women in the relationship. It's never an equal divide for that man. And even in that, it's not a lot of women who are benefited with being the role of the polygamist, with multiple men. Yes.
What do they get out of polygamy? Trick them on you. Trick them on you.
Yeah.
But they're not equally, and in a polygamy relationship, the main thing is that they have these multiple relationships, but everybody is equally together. They know about each other. Yes.
I've seen different setups with polygamous situations. Like I've seen
The
different setups.
the biggest STD in the polygamous family is trichomonia. He might got benefits because she can give head. She might be wetter than her.
What is it? What is it in the Christian community?
Syphilis.
So there was a recent interview from Akon. Akon, is my mic on? Akon, he's of course he's African. He has multiple wives, and he was doing an interview. He raised an important question, like I'm married, and I think one black woman from America is more than enough for me. But
That's
he
what's up.
raised
Right, cool.
he raised he raised an important point when dealing with the average, I'll say the average black man. He and in this interview, he was like, "Yes, I have." I think he said 3 wives, and the guy was like, "Why would you do that, man? That's messed up. That you got 3 wives, you cheating with different women." And he was like, "The average black man in America has 3 different girlfriends, anyways." It's the way that he said it. It was eye opening.
Listen.
And hold on, let me finish my point.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was like, I'm doing it from a truthful perspective. I did it from, I married 3 of them. I'm financially stable. I take care of all of them. And he has what we would consider an outrageous amount of children. But he was like, I'm there for them. I financially support them. I make it to different events. And, it's more so from a business perspective. But I'm not advocating or denying the lifestyle, but when people who are a part of that community do it with the right intentions, it's usually it can produce some success for them, and that's something that's been long before we came to America and adopted.
For sure.
It's
For sure. For sure.
I'm not the advocate, but
For
a man that has 3 women who already have 3 women and are not committed
to love
them,
and experience
okay?
3 women.
Okay. I want to know what are the intentions.
To love and experience 3 women.
I would say a part, yes. Having the ability to love 3 equally. 3 is better than 1 for him, I guess. And it sounds like they agreed to it, and he's not doing something where 2 other women don't know. And I would say for the next person who doesn't have his stuff together and is still playing the field, he's doing the same thing anyways. And unfortunately, it's 2 other women in America who are like, where were you last night? Let me look at your phone. So they getting it anyways, and they don't even know.
Because we've been colonized, and we experience a colonized version of relationships and marriage and all of that. It's based on what we were taught by the pilgrims, the colonizers. Hey, but he got.
I don't know.
It's all good. We appreciate y'all tonight.
Right.
Hey, I think y'all
Us up here, we love
we
one.
appreciate y'all.
We love one.
Comment.
All of y'all love one.
All us love one.
Love one. Okay. Either way, one question that was asked, I'm sorry.
Jane,
They wanted to know how someone can become gay.
How someone can become what?
Yeah, that was the conversation.
What's the
Dominique said
question?
that. So they wanted to know how do
how
someone
can
become gay?
Because okay,
Become what?
real quick, because it's getting late. I'm gonna wrap it up. On my behalf, I'm gonna wrap my part up, huh? So women, a lot of women become gay not from lack of sex, but lack of affection. A woman really thrives off, because I feel like a woman can't take a woman from a man. That's just my perspective. But why could she? Because of an affection. Lack of affection would draw a woman away from a man into another woman because just of that affection.
This is a whole nother show.
Right.
This is a whole nother show.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but I follow the logic, and I definitely respect it, bro. I don't know if I agree with it.
Or that a woman is with another woman because of affection, because I don't think a woman can take it.
So
we gotta let a woman answer that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it's another show. I think it's another show for us to get into.
Okay.
It's another show.
They all want to talk. Everybody want to talk.
I just want to chime in for the LGBTQ community.
Shout out to the LGBTQ community.
Some people are just born gay. It's in there. That's just how they are. They were, I don't think I don't think everyone becomes gay. Some people just have it naturally in them. And that's just respectfully,
Right.
All right. Thank you.
Touch yourself.
Thank you.
Good. Final thoughts.
Appreciate it.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Don't try to.
What's your? What's your final thoughts, my brother? This was your topic. You chose this. It was a very good show. A good show.
Great job, Dominique. Give it up for Dominique.
Everybody. We thank everybody. Yeah. The callers. We thank the callers.
Yes.
We thank everyone who gave comments. we thank all of the live
live
audience
audience.
that came in and
Yes,
and gave
good.
your thought and perspective.
That's
Absolutely.
right. That's
We
right.
thank our
Oh
therapist.
yeah, we think out
Yes,
there.
sir.
Doc.
Dante Donnell.
Sir.
Mind's Healing.
Mind healing.
Okay.
Therapeutic
All right. We
services.
thank y'all, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of Conversations That Matter,
Yeah.
where we have the best topics. We hope you enjoyed this show. Thank you to the live audience, like Gene said. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next week. I'm your
We
main man,
out.
William Hussey 365.
Gene Blackman.
Big 22, Dominique Davis.
That's right. That's right. Same time, same place next week. Every Sunday. Catch us, y'all. And we out.
All right.
Hey, 2 days in a row.